How y'all doing out there? This is SetPrimeX coming out to you with a video on fundamental analysis of a company. When you are day trading the stock market, there are different ways to analyze a company in order to find profitable niches. You can look at the technical side of a company with a chart such as this. As you see here, this is actually a chart on the NASDAQ, but a chart such as this is what we call technical analysis. And I have other videos about that, but today on this video I want to get into the fundamental side of understanding a company. Now, oftentimes when you're trading the markets, you don't have much time to do some in-depth analysis on things, and sometimes you just got to jump to an area that you're familiar with and find out some information about a company very quickly in order to determine if that company is a good trade or not. So let's say you're day trading and you look at a company such as Comcast, for instance, and it's got some good technical indicators on it. You're liking the way the way it's setting up in the morning. You like the stochastics, you like the MACD or whatever indicators you're using, and you just want to know if that company is solid financially. Because why am I going to ask if it's solid financially? Well, you don't want to day trade or swing trade a company that is not on solid financial ground. Why not? Because uh, an unstable company will oftentimes create more inconsistent fluctuations in the stock price. And those inconsistent fluctuations can really stem from a variety of sources. It could be from uncertainty from investors. It could be from insider trading. It could be from a lot of different things. But the main thing that you need to know about as a day trader is that a company with an unstable financial foundation is going to present a very inconsistent set of trading patterns for you to try to find profitable niches with. So you want to try to find out very quickly if a company is doing well financially. So this is something anybody can do with Google. You just go up to their financial section and you click finance, and most of you probably have seen this page where you go into their market summary section. So let's say we want to find out about Comcast really quickly here. Okay, we just type in Comcast. It's a little dark here, so I can't see the keyboard. There we go. Comcast Corporation, CMCSA. We click that, and it gives us just a general outline with a little chart here. The area that we are concerned with right now is their financial area, so that's right below their historical prices area on the left hand side. So you click financials, and right away you see some of these bar charts and some information here. They lead you right to the income statement. The income statement is one of three primary financial statements. The other two are your balance sheet and your cash flow statement. These are the three primary financial statements of a company. And usually you can get most of the data that you need to know as a day trader from one of these three statements. Now, in our situation right now, we don't have much time. We're day trading. We want to know if this company is solid financially. So what I do, first and foremost, is I go directly to the cash flow statement right here. So we'll click cash flow, and Google has a nice little convenient chart right here, line chart, and it divides three different areas of their cash flow statement: their operating section, their investing section, and their financing section. So what do these mean? Well, let's just look down here. This is oh, I forgot. If you want to get a big picture glimpse of a company, you want to go to their annual data. So you want to come up here and just click annual data, and there we go. And it just gives you a bigger picture of the company. So let's go to their operating activities first. Operating activities in cash flows. They have 14 billion operating cash flow. That's an inflow of cash. That's a pretty good number. That means they are pulling in a lot of money, and they are they're pulling in a lot of cash from their operating activities. Operating activities is basically everything from retail to service to every all their operations that are pulling in income. So they got 14 billion coming in. That's a good number. The next number we want to look at is their cash from investing activities. Okay, well now we got it in red. We got a negative number here, so it's negative 9 billion. That's not so bad. It's what this is telling us is that they are expanding, they're reinvesting their capital, they're purchasing new plants, they're purchasing new retail outlet space, so on and so forth. They're taking their income and they're simply just reinvesting it back into the company. And that's also a healthy indicator. When a company reinvests their money, that means that they think they're going to be around for a while. So that's not all that bad. So let's go down to the third major component, and that's the cash from financing activities. Well, again, got it in the red here, negative 13 billion. Again, not really a bad thing when these two numbers are in the red. What this is telling us in financing activities is that uh, they could be retiring debt. They could be financing activities. It covers everything from issuing debt to issuing common stock to retiring bonds, so on and so forth. And in this scenario, they have a 13 billion outflow of cash. They could have retired a bunch of debt or who knows what. Um, Now, the important number that, again, in this situation, you want to quickly find out if this company is solid financially. You got your net change in cash at the very bottom. It's just a summation of those three numbers that I told you about. And they have a negative $9 billion figure here. Now, typically, that's not a good net change in cash. Why is that? Because a company should be making enough cash inflow in their operating activities area to cover the outflow of cash from both their investing and their financing activities. If a company is putting out more cash than they are taking in, that makes them unstable financially. So, excuse me, when you're looking at a company like this, you want to make sure that if possible, you want to see if they have a positive number in the net change. If they have a positive number in the net change of cash, that means that they're making enough operating cash inflow in order to cover their outflow of investing and financing. Now, what this tells me about Comcast right here is that they are expending way too much of their resources uh, that that can be covered by their inflow of cash. They shouldn't be expanding as quickly as they are. They shouldn't be reinvesting as much money as they are, and they shouldn't be expending as much cash in their financing. They need to cut these two numbers down in order to at least equalize with the inflow of operating activities cash. And so that tells me that the management, they are not making very wise decisions. And that creates a very unstable situation as a company. If you're not taking in enough cash to cover for your expenditures, that's not a good situation to be in. Now, a lot of you are thinking, well, wait a second, FPrimeX, Comcast, they're everywhere. They basically have a monopoly in America. Come on, they're not going to go anywhere. Well, maybe not right now. Uh, they have expanded very quickly, very suddenly over the past few years. And from my experience, now I have an accounting background, and I've done a lot of analysis on some historical cases in accounting. And from my experience, companies that expand too quickly, they may look like they are thriving at first, but they can go down very quickly as well. And if a company expands too quickly without making sure that they have requisite income coming in order to handle that expansion, it just increases the danger of them going bankrupt all the more. Now, I'm not saying that Comcast is going to go bankrupt. What I'm saying is that this company is on a bit shaky ground financially. And what does that mean as a day trader? So let's go back to, you're looking at your technical analysis chart, and you are going to think about day trading Comcast, some nice technical indicators set up for you. Well, you got to understand, if this company, or it could be Comcast, it could be any company that you're looking at, if the company doesn't have a good, solid financial state, it will make it more difficult for you as a day trader to find a consistent, profitable niche to trade with in order to make money. Now, your goal as a day trader is to make money, and the way to make money in the market is to find consistent niches, profitable areas that have more predictability and that have the highest potential to be successful for you to make the prediction. Or put another way, you want a high probability trade. Okay, minimal risk, high probability of success. You want to be on the right side of the trade. In order to have that type of predictability in a stock, or in order to increase the amount of predictability that you have in a stock, you want to have everything as much going for you as possible. So in this situation, you want to have a company that's doing pretty good financially, and you're going to see that as you gain more experience in day trading, you're going to see that this is actually, most of the time, it's true. Now, of course, you can have very solid, financially stable companies have massively fluctuating prices. Of course, I'm not saying that you're not going to run into that. However, over the long term, as a day trader, you're making 20, 30, 40, 50 trades a day, 5 days a week. Over the long term, it's just as a general rule, it's better to trade a company that is as financially stable as possible, or at least just with a minimal amount of stabilization in their financial statements. Now, this is just a quick system of finding out the cash flow side of a company. In other videos, I'll go over in more depth the other statements, like the income statement and the balance sheet, which are also very, very important. And I'll do another video on cash flow that will get more into depth about the different areas, working capital and deferred taxes and all that. But right now, that's all I really wanted to present to you. So I'm going to sign off here. This is F Prime of X, and once again, if you're interested in hanging out in a chat room, I have my own chat room on a program called Paltalk. I won't get into the details of going into the chat room right now. The chat room is called F Prime of X, Day Trading the Stock Market. If you want to know where to find me, go to one of my other videos. I believe I have a video on the exponential moving averages, and at the very end of that video, I have a very detailed description of how to get into that chat room. And you can come down and hang out, and I'll be there during the intraday session, talking about trades and strategies and all that. And if you want to, you can even even either type in text, ask me a question, or we can even, a lot of times we have a discussion, whether it be about the economy or politics or what have you. So anyway, come on down when you get a chance. And for right now, I'm going to sign out. F Prime of X, signing out.